Welcome to the Dr.Z NFT podcast with your host Waxwars and award-winning artist Matt Gazer, along with Gordon Neal, the 3D artist man.
Yeah.
He's our Swiss Army knife, that guy. Love him.
That's how I'm getting known. I was saying to Matt earlier off that a dude reached out to me on Instagram, and I'm now confirmed as the Dr. Zammsy 3D guy. That's how people know me. So
That's awesome.
Reaching far and wide. So
yeah, that's a good sign. You know,
yes.
Dr. Zammsy's getting out there. People know
Yep.
about it. Yeah.
Yep.
So let's talk about this past week. What happened? I mean, we all had in America a special holiday called Thanksgiving. Lots of turkey and stuffing and gravy. I had a few days off myself. So if you fans out there didn't hear from me, that's why. How about you guys? Obviously,
Yeah.
Gordon doesn't really celebrate Thanksgiving, but I'm sure he wishes because it's good food.
I think anyone who doesn't live in the United States probably wouldn't understand, because it's probably like the biggest holiday of the year, where everybody gets with their family, and I think it's the biggest travel time of the year in the United States.
Yeah,
So
last
pretty much
Wednesday was
everything
the biggest travel day. Yeah.
I think it's like, I literally think it's one of the only days of the year where everything's closed. Like Walmart, Target, all these sort of big stores that are open every day of the year. It's like the one day of the year they're actually closed. And
I thought America's biggest holiday was Black Friday.
Well, yeah. Then the next day after Thanksgiving.
But that's during the same time, so it's kind of all inclusive. Yeah. A lot of memories with my dad waiting at Costco in a giant line so he could buy a television or something. It's crazy. Yeah, but there's some good deals out there for sure.
They've kind of stretched out that whole Black Friday. They call it Black Friday because, you know, you're in the red when you're losing money, but you're in the black when you're making money. So they call it Black Friday because that's the day all the businesses go into the black.
Yeah,
they're not losing money anymore.
Yeah, we have. I suppose our Thanksgiving is more like our New Year's, but like we have one of the biggest holidays in Scotland coming up tomorrow. Actually, the 30th of November is St Andrew's Day, which is
St. Andrew.
Based on our patron saint of Scotland, which is St Andrew. So that's where the Scotland flag comes from, because when he was crucified, the cross was like that. It was a cross that went across instead of like the crucifix cross. So the cross was also white. So that's why we have the white Scotland flag with a blue background, because it was the white cross on the blue sky. So
wow, that's so cool. I love that kind of lore. That it's not lore, it's history.
Yeah.
I think I saw the statue when I was in Edinburgh. There was a big statue of St. Andrew.
Yeah. Still in Glasgow. There's a few dotted about. We've got many statues in many places. One of William Wallace as well, and Robert the Bruce. So there's a few of them. Yeah, cutting about.
So on the topic of Thanksgiving and what we did during this holiday, Rolf, you played Clash Royale. You want to talk about why you played that game?
Yeah. So as we work on our own game, we're modeling from other games. So one of the things in the Dr. Zammsy game is going to be this idea of leveling your cards up. And so if you play Clash Royale, that's really a big part of that game, is that it's kind of like you have less of different types of cards, but you're leveling them up. So you level up to level 6 or level 7. And so we really like that idea for our game as well. And what people need to keep in mind is that the battle cards that are available right now are going to have this feature where they generate additional NFTs. So, you know, we were just talking with our game developers earlier, where the price of these cards may skyrocket soon. And so that the early adopters will be sort of getting this bonus, because those cards are going to be generating cards that they can sell and use in the game. And it's sort of part of our whole tokenomics model, which we can't wait to get the white paper and that plan out to everybody to see. But, you know, that's why it's sort of difficult right now, because we're just it's not everything's set in stone or out for everybody to see what we're doing. So that's why, getting in early, it's a risk, but we plan to reward everybody who's getting in early. So yeah. Anyways,
Yeah,
HODL.
our game developers are they're actually making a white paper for us, whitelist, and that should be in our possession here pretty soon. And once it is, we're going to put that right on our website, and so that way people can read in great detail what this game actually is. We're also planning some graphics really soon here that are going to come online, where you're going to be able to say, "Hey, if I collect this card and this card, and I combine them, I get this." And so we're going to have this graphic system of showing you visually of what you have in your collection, and if you do certain things, what the outcome will be for better cards or combining cards. All of this is going to come really soon. Our game developers are working super hard. They're super motivated and excited about this production, and it's all about educating our collectors, because like right now I feel like a lot of you guys out there are buying our cards with good faith, knowing that these will be worth something in the game, but we want to really race forward with real content that's going to show you exactly what you own and why and how it can be used in the game. Our first initial I say test launch, that's not even really the game itself, is we're going to have this system that you can go online and actually play around with the card satchels, we're calling them, which is these card frames. So once you put in your NFT into the game, this card satchel experience will wrap around your NFT, and that can be extremely customizable, and we'll create different effects and shields and potions and stuff that you can actually play in the game. And we're going to release that first before we actually release the game, so you can like test things out, build your cards kind of and experience what that's like. So you just get used to that experience, and then you'll kind of be more ready for the actual launch of the game.
So you want to hodl your Dr. Zammsy cards. Okay, hodl them. And for those who don't know what hodl means, it's everybody can use that advice, even myself, is you want to just, when you get your crypto or you get your NFTs, you want to do anything too cute with, you just want to hodl. Just hold on for dear life. Hold them in your wallet, and
Never let go.
you'll be thankful when all the utilities come online for everything. And I
That's
mean, I've
right.
told my friends before, like if I had just kept the Bitcoin and not bought all these other coins or whatever, I'd be farther ahead than I am right now. So it's an important lesson to make sure you hodl a certain amount of your crypto and your NFT assets, so
I think
that
there's a lot of I think there's a lot of our fans that are doing that. They're holding on to our NFTs in preparation for something to just absolutely hit, and they're looking at the collection like an investment. And we're not gonna let them down, dude. I mean, we are full on with this game production right now. And if
Yep.
you in a very short period of time, in fact, I think tomorrow or at some point this week, we're going to start releasing actual real video content of our 3D adventure game that's in the works. Um, our Adrian, our technical artist, he's actually put together our assets in Unity in the actual engine. Gordon, you want to talk more about that?
Yeah, basically we've been taking most of the mid to high poly stuff that I've been building in Maya and texture and substance and putting that into Unity as game ready assets. We've still got a process where we're going to basically bake those down to low poly so it can run with an engine and no crash your PC basically, or whatever we release on. But yeah, so that's been the process. We've been just basically spending the week getting everything from one place to another. A lot of the stuff was stored locally on my computer. So we've set up a system in GitHub now where the repository that agents set up will basically mean that when I dump stuff now, I can just dump it in a folder and push it, and then agents should get it within minutes usually. So yeah.
How does that process work? So is he actually building the environment based on your assets, or are you building it in that engine after? I mean, because like you created this set right for the
Mm-hmm.
laboratory of Dr. Zammsy, and things are going
Yep.
really well in there, and everything's
Mm-hmm.
placed kind of generally where it should be. But
Yep.
once it's put into the engine, I feel like it has to be reorganized. Is that something Adrian's doing, or is that something you're doing?
Basically, yeah, because within game dev studios, you would have, Adrian himself is doing a couple of jobs, and one he's programming, so he's basically a coder for the game. He's also technically building the pipeline, which is another job, and then on top of that, he's also implementing textures and shaders, which is another job, in VFX, another job, and then building the levels and the game experience. So he's like, our level design department, our VFX department, and our tech art department all in one. So yeah, he's kicking
I
ass
know
with
the
that.
feeling.
Yeah,
I know
yeah, yeah.
the feeling.
Many hats, many
I'm
hats.
many hats right now. All of us
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
Hopefully that'll change really soon, though. We start
Yeah,
hiring
yeah.
we're going to
But
be taking some of the stuff from some of the sketch out skeleton stuff of the 3D environment. We're going to be sharing that in the general chat of Discord so that people kind of get a sense of the progress and what we've been doing. So that,
Yep.
and even we might have posted some of that stuff a while ago, but we have a lot of new members, so we're going to repost some of that and the newer stuff
Yeah, and
as well.
I think definitely once we get Fabricated Madness website online as well, it'll help, because I know there's people coming into the chat now who are like, so you guys are building a card game, Cole, why are you making 3D stuff? And we're like, oh, because there's also going to be a
a 3D
3D
adventure
version
game.
of the adventure game. And you're like, oh, okay. And, so, and then obviously we've talked previously about how we're also trying to get an animated series, maybe a movie, we don't know. So, yeah, so, I mean, there's a whole, it's not just the card game, there's a whole plethora of stuff that we're trying to do also on top of that. So,
it's a monumental effort for how small our team is, and my hat is off for everyone involved, because we're taking on so much right now. Rolf and I have both experienced exhaustion over the past few weeks. That's why Thanksgiving break was so timely for us. But you just got to take it in strides and do the best you can. If it takes a little longer to get something done, it's understandable. We're a skeleton crew, on a medium budget right now, and hopefully that will change real soon. So
yeah, I think for where we came in August as well, for when I first came on as like your proper first hire, I mean, so much has happened in the space of just 3 months. For the people we brought on, including Adrian, to the way the game looks now, to the assets we've finished. So I mean, I think we've done a lot. So
and now that Rusty's finished the larger trailer for the game, more or less, we're going to move him over into environment building as well. He's going to be building out the mech suit in 3D and the micro shrink ray rings and stuff. And I feel like and also these packages I just bought on the Unity store too, which are Victorian Edwardian interiors. We're going to rip from those things and kind of tweak them a little bit and throw it in. So I think really soon here in the next couple of weeks, maybe before Christmas, we're actually going to have some finer finished details of the actual laboratory in engine, which is going to be really cool.
It's a very common thing in game development nowadays. A lot of big studios outsource cheaper labor. The studios in maybe India or China or Korea now as well, where they'll build low level assets like rocks and steps and walls, doors, stuff that's the simple stuff that doesn't really need a lot of attention, which frees up myself or the team on bigger AAA titles to make the hero props, the swords, shields, main house and buildings and stuff like that. So yeah, it's sensible what we're doing.
Yeah, it's a good step. Good stuff. Yeah, that's really cool. So last week, Wax kind of dropped down a little bit. Everything dropped. Crypto, the stock market dropped. I'm throwing this question out there. Does anyone know why that was, and have any comment about it?
It seemed like there was sort of a coordinated news story about this new variant of the coronavirus, and that's what dropped the stock market. And crypto in general is still correlated to stock market ups and downs. So there's just generally a sell-off when the stock market goes down. But I think they probably just wanted to get the word out before the holidays, because the holidays have started. The holiday season has started, and I think they wanted people to just continue to make sure you're, wear. I always wear a mask when I go into like a department store, because everything I've read is like where you get COVID is in a huge store with circulating AC or heater. So not when you're outside walking around. It's when you're in a
Yeah.
enclosed place. So
Yeah, we've just had the laws changed again in the UK. So, but it's always been the case in Scotland. The whole pandemic, Scotland's always been you had to wear a mask indoors, always wherever you're going. But England, for a long time, for the last 6 months, didn't have it. But they've just reintroduced it again because of the new variant. So yeah.
Interesting.
But then people are also saying it was also linked to Black Friday, where typically I think they said that there is usually a dip before Black Friday, and then after Black Friday hits and the sales come in, it bounces back. So
yeah.
maybe a combination of a lot of things.
And then there was some really cool news about the new Spider-Man movie that's coming out. It's going to have wax NFTs through the AMC movie chain in America. Anybody who buys the tickets for the Spider-Man movie through their site, who's part of a certain membership level, will get a wax NFT for the Spider-Man movie.
Oh, cool!
Isn't that cool, man? I just think that's more validation that wax is actually in the right place. You know, I mean, there's such a battle happening right now between like Ethereum and Wax and all these other platforms, and it's just another notch for Wax that it's more valid.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, every chain is going to be battling for the NFT markets. So
that's right.
I mean, I wanted to maybe on Discord just have like Waxwars tips or something, and just I can post in there people who are interested in crypto, like what I'm up to, because there's a couple other exchanges and chains that are doing things right now. Like for example, the eGold or Elrond chain is trying to get an exchange going, and right now they're giving out all these incentives for providing liquidity on their exchange, and you know, that's another blockchain that's going to have NFTs on it as well. So eventually Wax and everything is going to, all these chains will hopefully be interoperable at some point. My
buddy was talking about Bizogi Earth crypto, the makers of Shiba. It's supposed to be like a really popular new crypto coming up. Have you heard anything about that?
No, I have not heard about that.
No.
I have to see what the utility is of it, because you know these ones like Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, you have to wonder what they're actually used for. So
and then the thing is with Shiba as well, because it's like a meme, you know, people will buy it en masse, but then because so many people will buy it, the value will go down because there's so much circulation, right? It's usually when there's a bit more scarcity in the coin, and that's when the value goes up. So, you know, because in the market cap for Shiba now is like 19 billion. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, if it goes to 1 pence, then I'm rich. So it's all good.
Hey, that's awesome.
Did you just quickly as well? I know people were asking about the merchandise stuff. Is that up in the Discord now?
Yeah, I mean, I put the links for what we have. We have limited merchandise right now, but hopefully, like as you can see behind me, I've got these toys that I want to talk about. But hopefully, we'll have Dr. Zammsy toys soon. But if you go to the merch section, there's basically two places you can go. There's the Dr. Zammsy shop, which is mostly Matt Gazer specific items. And then we have a Cotton Bureau where you can buy T-shirts. So we have I want to get a few more T-shirt variations up there as soon as we have a minute. We'll add some additional T-shirt options. And if anybody out there has a better way of making T-shirts or merch, please let us know. Because these T-shirts, they're not cheap. They're like $29 US, but we only get $5 of it. And they're made on demand. So if somebody knows like a better way to charge less, you know, for a T-shirt, let us know. But the T-shirts are high quality.
They're high quality, exactly.
They're high quality shirts for sure. So
yeah.
I mean, eventuality would be maybe it'd be cool to launch some kind of look like Dr.Z clothing line where we done custom, like, you know, jackets and Edwardian style or some top hats and stuff for canes. Like, that
freaking cool.
But then that also takes, money, planning, design. So yeah.
I would love to get the Caden dart pistol made as a real like fake gun. Shoots the
I mean,
dart
with 3D,
somehow.
with 3D printing now, that's also possible. So I mean,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. But then you got to factor in like the paint job and getting that right and everything. It's not as simple as you think. I just know that from
Yeah.
making my toy. The paint job on that was absolutely fabulous coming back from China. But I had to go in to every individual robot and paint in the grime and actually attach the sticker with the heart on his chest.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah.
And I had to sign each one, and I added a lot of little grime around the face and stuff with acrylic for that added level of detail. But I was really impressed. I mean, if you go with the right outfit, depends where they're being made. The level of paint quality on the products.
Wait, you had to
can
do
be
that
really
for
cool.
every one or just the original one?
Every single one. The original, I did a test paint off of the mold that was made off the 3D print. And then I had to provide the swatches and detailed descriptions on how the paint should be applied for
You're
the
talking about
manufacturing
We're
company.
talking about Professor Harkin, right?
Yeah. It was quite a process. I had to borrow my buddy's swatch booklet. It's this giant wheel of swatches, and I had to try and match my test paint with the swatches. And even at that moment,
every one of these. You opened them up and you had to paint them.
I opened up every single one of them. I painted them. I glued the sticker on the chest plate with the heart, and then I painted on top of that a little bit so it was seamless. You didn't see the glue. Then I went underneath and I actually signed and numbered every single one of them.
Wow.
Yeah,
that must have been a process.
I can feel that pain. I actually just something to do to get away from the computer recently. I actually invested in some of these wee guys.
Oh, cool!
Oh, nice.
So I've been painting some Warhammer stuff, but the attention to detail with brushes you've got to be for some of this stuff is crazy.
Oh, dude, especially for minifigs like that, that's insane.
Oh yeah, ridiculous.
Glenn Rain, he was he's a Blizzard famous guy. He was my roommate in college, and he had this giant gun case full of Warhammer figurines, and he was a master at painting all of them. And he would pull them out, and I would just be totally blown away by his paint jobs. It's a total art for him.
Yeah, some dudes I know who work in 3D character design or do 3D art, they've always said that their texturing skills have bumped up when they start painting by hand. So.
It's true. Yeah.
And I don't know, people might remember how crappy all the Star Wars toys were that came out with these in 2015 when The Force Awakens came out. They flooded the market with these incredibly poorly made toys, like just the worst ever. And I think there was a lot of backlash, and so Hasbro came up with this vintage line where it's like 100% better. I mean, it's double the price, but people will pay more for quality. Each one of these Boba Fett's has, elbows, wrists, ankles. There's so many points of articulation, and the paint job is just unbelievable. Compared to what they were producing before. You're just like, seriously, guys.
One of my buddies works in like toy. He makes basically he's a ZBrush sculptor, but makes toys for Hasbro. And the machine technology behind that now, like they have like cutting gen 3D printing stuff, but they could make like 5 or 6 models on a go. But then that's where you're getting these things that are super highly detailed now because the tech is so advanced.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. Well, I can't wait when we have, Dr.Z figurines and all that. It's going to be pretty wild.
I was able to if you look with Dune. I got a couple McFarlane Dune toys that just came out.
Oh, nice.
Really cool.
I don't know if we talked about it before, but I got the Jason Momoa character.
Oh, nice.
And he's got his 2 like swords and
he's got
his suit.
Are they releasing toys of the ships and stuff? Remember Jason Momoa's like fighter jet that comes in the beginning there? I would love to have that.
Yeah. I couldn't find. All they have right now are 5 figures.
Oh, okay.
So they have Baron Harkonnen is kind of a larger thing, and then they have 4 of the heroes. But what comes with each of those heroes is part of another figure. I've noticed that's kind of a marketing thing right now. It's they they release another character who, like, their chest, arms, feet are all in these separate packs that you have to buy. So if you buy all 4 of those heroes from Dune, it's got the guy, the actor from Guardians of the Galaxy. He was like a professional wrestler. The guy, he plays that character.
Dave Bautista.
Yeah, so his character in Dune, you have to collect them all, and like his arms are in the Jason Momoa one, then his torso's in the
that's
other
a great way
guy's
to
one.
do it. That's cool.
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
The what's
awesome.
Penelope Cruz's husband's name? What's his name again?
Oh God,
Javier Bardem. Javier Bardem.
Oh yeah.
So he plays, like, the leader of the Fremen.
Yeah.
What I would love to have is the
he's one of the
Imperial Jenny Bezowitz ship that came in for the signing of the contract. I love a mock-up of that. That was pretty sweet.
I think they really need to make that Thopter, the Dragonfly Thopter.
For sure. Yeah.
There's been the thing is, because the movie's just recently out, a lot of the guys that worked on that haven't really started posting their work. So, but I'd love to see who's behind a lot of the designs. So, because I mean,
the art book's out. Art book's already out. Yeah,
okay.
It's on my Christmas list. I'm hoping.
I mean, one of my this sits on my desk most days, but this is my. I don't know if you've ever seen this. You can get it on Amazon for $5. It's the mini Ralph McQuarrie concept art book.
Oh, that's great! Wow,
it's like the pocket edition, so you can have it like wherever you go.
I have a limited art book from Ralph McQuarrie. I got it at Lucasfilm when I was there. They only made like a run of 1,000 of them, and it's
that'd be a fortune.
I'll pull it out someday, but it's up there on my shelf, way up there.
Yeah.
But it's like this slipcase, and it's just got like everything he's ever done in one big book. Someone decided to publish it, and it's a pretty cool little asset. His work is so inspiring. Gosh, I remember actually holding his originals at the archives. They let us in.
The archives. Oh,
yeah, and there was this one where, like, I think it's on Hoth, where like the ship is like flying right in front of the view, and there's an explosion off at Adat. And I remember seeing that in books when I was a kid, and I was actually physically holding the painting with gloves.
Wow.
And I just thought to myself, I'm like literally touching someone famous here, because it's like that iconic. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
But the reason why they had us look at the art is because of trying to get the style down for Clone Wars.
For Clone Wars. Yeah.
And so it was just a process of looking at the paintings.
Yeah.
But man, toys. I love toys.
Back in the day. Who doesn't? Yeah. That's what we grew up on.
So is there anything else we wanted to bring up? Is there any more news? I don't know. We had a great meeting with Yoshi Drops today. Michael Blue sat in a call with Rolf and I, and we laid out a plan for some drops happening. They have this membership drop that they do, which is a collaboration, and we're going to do a little piece for that. It's going to be like a little Dr.Z music machine, and he's already written some swing dance EDM style music for it. So I'm going to do a really beautiful painting of this like music machine sitting on a table. But then we're also doing this other project, which is this like totally abstract world that I've been illustrating for a long time for another idea I had that's unrelated to Dr. Zammsy, and all the assets are done. And so we're piggybacking off that, and we're going to do these huge drops every quarter. The first one's going to be nighttime, and then we're going to do a daytime version of these environments, and also a morning location. We'll post more on that in the coming month, but it's really, really inspiring. It was wild because like last week, or no, 2 weeks ago, Michael actually wrote this EDM song for one of these pieces, and it was like, I'm such an EDM fan, and I was like, it was the most incredible song. I like had it looping for like 3 or 4 days in my headphones while I was working. It was just so. He wrote it for us. Even called the name of it's called Night Gazer, gazing, and so it's just he's such a great musician. It's unbelievable. He actually said he's more than willing to come on to the podcast too, so maybe we'll get him on next week.
Nice. Yeah,
he'll come on the podcast.
Yeah, I missed that about your website, because originally your stuff was all called Stargazer Illustrations, and I thought that was like such a cool play on your name.
Yeah, or Skygazer. I actually started an LLC back in the day for another project, Skygazer. But
Gazer.
you're just gazing about.
Yeah, I can still remember going on your website for the first time back in 2008 with the "You Are the Pan" music, the John Williams thing in the background.
Yeah,
It just
I know.
with a whole website. I know what people say, like, oh, music on a website, but I just thought it matched your stuff so well. So,
yeah, I know. That was a nice little era in web development.
Yeah.
I know the reason why I actually. Okay.
I wanted to ask you guys too. Have you guys tried this thing? It's called the Shield TV Pro. And
the thing. It's like kind of like an Android TV thing. But you can game on it.
I mean, I know Matt had this for Apple TV, but just you have this little remote control and you just like talk into it and you say play this, and it just it's the easiest thing ever. I mean, you push the button, it turns the TV, the music, or the sound bar, everything comes on at once, and then you just say play this, and it plays. I mean, I could be like the last person on earth to figure this out, but
it's like, come on, Rolf. This was like 10 years ago. Come on.
That's like everyone has that tech now. It just comes out of the box.
You're off the mainland, so you remember getting the cutting edge. So
let's just face it, you're on an island. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the coolest thing too is you have all the apps are on the Shield. So I've got the HBO Max app, I got the Peacock app, I've got the
Netflix,
Amazon Prime, Netflix. They're all on there, and so it kind of just pools it all onto one screen, so you can see what's new on every streaming service at one place.
I mean, I think that's what gives me hope for the Zammsy animated stuff, because there's so many streaming services now, and they're hungry for content. Like, it's just a matter of time, really, till they see that stuff.
It really is. Yeah, our guy Matt Lyon is just killing it right now with our treatment, and I can't wait for people to start kind of seeing the efforts of that. We're putting together a really fantastic pitch package, and I think we'll have quite the line of people that want to be interested, and hopefully we'll get some bidding wars going on. But the sky's the limit. We just gotta hodl.
Yes. Gotta hold it.
Hold on.
Gotta hold it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that does it for this week. Everyone, just thanks again for all your support out there. And if you ever have any questions or want to reach out, just check us on Discord or Telegram. And thanks again.
And look on Discord. You're going to be seeing some new content, and the plans are going to be rolled out for all new stuff for everybody. So check it out.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you guys. See you. Bye.
Bye.